got a bit of an update for you today. Got quite a lot to tell you, so I might have to split this into 2 videos. I can't edit them, so there'll be 2 separate videos, but I'm sure you can handle that. So the big cast on, it was brilliant, absolutely great. GemmaBeaMakes did it with me as well, and yeah, so let's go through what I cast on. Day 1 was the Scrappy V, which is from Knitsosophy. I'll put it in the link below. I think it's Andrea Mowry's kind of organisation, but it's not actually by her. It's by somebody else. And it's a V-necked top, and it's made with scrap yarn, so leftover sock yarn. So what I did was what Ange does from Yarn and Yarns, and I started a project and worked on it all day, and then put it aside, and then picked up a new one the next day. And typically I did what she did, which is I just got to the exciting part when I put it down. So let me show you where I'm at. So this is the neckline. This is Shawl Magic yarn. Oh, I love it. Really, really love it. So I just got through this rib when I had to put it down to start something new. But I've started again today with it. And I've got, I think I might have dyed this mini. And I'm just starting with short rows here. So you've got just this circle of ribbon, you make it into a V with this really clever design of short rows. So I'm working on the short rows now. I had a little go, then I had to tink it back because I didn't read the instructions properly. Anybody else done that? Read the flipping pattern error. Yes, so I'm cracking on with that and really enjoying that. I have a whole bag full of yarns, which will kind of take it through. You know, my palette's largely blue, right? So it'll end up probably with pink. I can't quite remember. I did lay them out. And I think I've put the picture of all the yarns in their glory on my Ravelry page. So Ravelry, I'm funkyforty. If you want to have a look at the project, there it is. So yeah, really thoroughly enjoying that. I guess that, yeah, I was thinking about how much concentration it needs. You just need to count all the time, which is not something I particularly enjoy doing. But actually, probably not as much as you might think. But I'll get into the swing of it. Love it, just love the colours, love knitting with scrap projects, just brilliant. So that's number 1. Day 2 was the Makariri, or the Macarena, as my friend who's knitting it with me started calling it, because yeah, it's not the easiest to remember pattern. So again, I'll put the name down bottom in case it's not clear to you. The Makariri shawl. So this is as far as I got with this. It looked like a thong for a while. It's now kind of a thong for a bear. You know, it's quite big now, isn't it? But it's still more or less a thong. So I hit myself in the face with the needle. So it's coming on really nicely, and the next section is a lace section with my 3rd yarn, which is purple. Oh, I can't really, you guys see it. There we go, purple. So that's going to take a bit of concentration. So yeah, I pretty much, with both of those 2 projects, I pretty much got it to the end of the sort of setup bit. So the following day, I just finished the setup bit, got it ready for the excitement, and then moved on. Same with this, got it ready for the excitement, moved on, and I haven't come back to it yet because I only finished casting on yesterday. So that's, again, all the yarns and everything are in my project page on Ravelry, and I'll probably talk more about those when they're finished, exactly what they are, but I think I've shown them to you before. So that's Makariri. The 3rd one was Voyage socks, which is a pattern by, I want to say, Francoise. Again, I'll link it down below. This is a mosaic knitting pattern, and what you do is you knit a sort of 4 centimetre piece, and then you knit on another needle a 2.5 centimetre piece, and then you stack the 2 inside them, and that becomes the top of the sock. I realised fairly quickly that I had made a bit of a boob. I've got 3 sock yarns here, and of course sock yarns are not all the same. I've got a felt fusion one. Look at that. how beautiful is that? That's what I wanted to see when I bought this, but I put it on you know, my crocheted cardie, and I was holding two strands together, so I never got that effect, but now I am, and I absolutely love it. So I've got a felt fusion one, I've got noodle soup, and I've got a Madeleine Tosh. That's my heater. Twist light. Became apparent very quickly that this is a good deal plumper than the others. Oh, goodness. Sorry, that's my timer to say get up and stop sitting still, because my chiropractor says don't sit still for more than 30 minutes at a time. Well, I'm obviously not sitting still anymore, so it's fine. So this is a lot plumper. And I had started one of the taller inside ones with it, but I realised that's not going to work because this is not going to fit on the outside of this because it's a lot plumper. So I switched to make it one of the outer bits. And so I've got those both finished, and get to the exciting part again. What I need to do is to join those together and then get on with the mosaic knitting bit. So that's quite exciting too. And the fourth one was Skew. Now, if you watched a lot, you'll know. Skew is no new thing for me, but it is a new thing for my friend who is knitting it with me. I don't think I've knit this brand before. It's a friend from, a present from a friend, Sarah. You can see how it knits up there. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. That was yesterday's and a little bit of today's. So if you haven't seen them before, that's the toe, big toe there, and then the small toes over here, and then it goes wonky up the leg like that, up the foot like that. It's absolutely fantastic pattern by Lana. I must have said it 100 times and I can't remember. I want to say Lana Holden, but I know that's not right. Anyway, again, I'll write the name of the pattern down below. So that is now my Take Everywhere pattern project, and as my middle daughter goes back to school next week, I will be driving her to and from school, which is half an hour in each direction. She'll be driving, I'll be co-driving. Can't knit when you're co-driving, but when I go back to pick her up and I'm waiting for her, I'll be knitting then. And it'll be my take it out of the house and my knitting evening project, so that won't take very long to do at all. So that's 4 new projects. The cast on everyday thing was really interesting. It was fun in that there was always something new to do, but it was frustrating because I would just get to that fun bit and think, right, okay, I want to put it down and do something else. But Ange from Yarn Yarns does 12 of them in a row. I did 4. And I don't know how she does it, because I was so desperate to get back to these projects and get on with them. So, excuse me. I'm fascinated always by how different we all are. A new subscriber messaged on the last one and said, yeah, I have a daytime pattern and a project and an evening pattern, and that's what works for me. And I think the key is to finding out what works for you and doing it, and not feeling bad about it, because I think that people say, oh, it's really terrible I do this. No, it's not. You're doing what works best for you with your hobby. I've only got a little while left and I'll record a second, but I wanted to tell you that there's a project which is going to bite the dust, I'm afraid. I'm going to be frogging it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to be. And this is a bit of an autism thing as well, because I have been hiding something from myself and it suddenly hit me like a bolt from the blue. You know this project, which is the blended fibre. So it's 50% acrylic fibre, that's the teal, and 50% wool. And I've been working on this since the autumn. Blending the fibre, spinning it, and then 2-3 weeks ago, when was it, I started crocheting it into this, which is going to be a jumper, you know, like the other 2 that I've got. One of them is the rainbow one, the Tour de Fleece one. So I was spinning this, and the fibre, the acrylic fibre is really hard to spin. It's hard to blend on the board because it doesn't have a stable length in the same way. I don't know if you don't spin, you won't understand that. That doesn't matter, don't worry. I wasn't enjoying spinning it, I wasn't enjoying blending it, but I was keeping it from myself in a typical autistic kind of pretending everything's fine here, we're fine, everything's fine. Not just pretending to you, pretending to me as well, which is a little bit worrying. So, if this does break off, if this video breaks off suddenly, then look for another video. What'll happen is I'll load the next one straight on, okay? So, I suddenly realised I'm not enjoying this, and I was trying to find different ways of blending it which would make it less depressing. And in the end I just decided, do you know what, I'm not actually enjoying this, and this is only the beginning of it. I do not want to spend the next goodness knows how many weeks fighting with this fibre. I'm not going to bother. So I left it for 24 hours and it's done. I mean, I will frog it, and it's all in a magic, it's all magic knotted, so it'll be one big ball, and I'll weave with it. What I'm going to do with the rest of the 2 kilograms of acrylic fibre is a little less clear, and none of the people I know who spin want it. But I will put it into weaves, as you know, so look at this kind of thing. But this is a little bit felted because it's been washed, but my stuff won't felt because it's acrylic. So that's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to rip it out. Okay, so I will, do you know, I'm going to push it. I'm going to see if my iPad can hold some more. I started a new spinning project, and it was just lovely to just be spinning wool. So it's a bit scrappy down there. This beautiful braid, which I think might be from Cat and Sparrow. Absolutely gorgeous. So I spun just a sample, and I 2-plied it, and there it is. Because what I want to do with it is I want to make the tilted tunic by I Need It Crochet, and I think this will be the right size. I have here my hooks to work it out, and to just knit the first little bit, crochet the first little bit and see if it's right, but I think it'll be fine. It's nice, isn't it? Pretty. So that's a new project. Other things that I have finished. I showed you this, but it wasn't blocked, and now it's been blocked and it's been in my bag, so it's gone a bit crunkly again. Is that a word? Crunkly. Crinkly probably is. Don't know. Crinkly, let's say. So there it is. I love it. So I particularly like this bit here just today. As a cowl, it's not hugely functional when it sits there like that, but it's given a bit of movement, it scrunches down, you don't really see much. But there's enough excitement in there for it to work. But it's not really, I didn't knit it because I wanted to have a cowl. I knitted it because I wanted to try out this technique, and now I'm going to do lots more. Other things, that is what's left. So I still have more of this Felt Fusion advent calendar, the gift that keeps on and on giving. Isn't it beautiful? I did some spinning. This is an art bat from Spin City. If you don't know them, if you're a spinner, oh please go and look at the website. The stuff she makes is absolutely stunning, and I try and do justice to it with my spinning. This is coarse spun and then coiled, and that's just coarse spun. Trying a slightly different technique. Don't think it was hugely successful, but you know, hey, you've got to try these things. And then something new, I opened the last parcel from my friend Sarah. We do swaps, and I got this. Now I have heard of Nicole C. Mendez, but I've never seen any of it before. It's self-striping, it's strong sock, it's beautiful. And Sarah knows my weakness for the tiny little stitch markers, the ones with a little bead on them. And this one is in peacock colours. It's absolutely gorgeous. I try to use the fancy big ones, but I always end up back with these because I'm just a basic person, really. It's just so easy. Okay, so I've whizzed through it all, and so far I've got away with it. Fantastic. Thanks for watching, everybody. Lovely to see you. Just give me your thoughts, pop a comment down below if you fancy, and happy crafting.